Satyaraju immediately lost outer consciousness and went into a deep Samadhi, the state of peace and silence. He was totally unaware of his body or his surroundings. All he could see was the same black Shivalingam surrounded by a dazzling light. All he could hear was the cosmic sound of Om. His mind was completely absorbed in this vision and in this sound to the exclusion of everything else. These events took place on August 7 of 1949. For the next 8 years, the young yogi meditated in Samadhi for at least 23 hours every day. For another 4 years, he meditated at least 12 hours every day. There were periods when he remained in unbroken Samadhi for months at a time. This is the story of a yogi who was born in a small village named Adivarapupetta. The village is located near the mouth of the sacred Godavari River in the fertile rice paddy country of Andhra Pradesh in South India. Satyaraju was born on January 24, 1935, into a poor family of weavers. His father died when the boy was only 2 years old. His mother and grandfather struggled in poverty to bring up the outspoken young boy. Just outside the village is an irrigation canal that brings water from the Godavari River to the nearby paddy fields. One hot afternoon when Satyaraju was 14, he and 11 friends went swimming in its cool waters. Nearby was a grove of tall palmyra trees. Its fruit was ripe, so it was juicy and sweet. The boys found 3 fruit on the ground and divided them up. Satyaraju sat on the canal bank and squeezed his piece of fruit to extract its juice. Suddenly his body began trembling. A light and the sound of Om emerged from the fruit in his hand. He became immersed in bliss, and his mind became calm and peaceful. A black Shivalingam appeared in his hand, then broke in half. From it emerged a tall yogi who made Satyaraju sit with legs crossed and eyes closed. Then the yogi touched the boy between the eyebrows and gently tapped him on the head. Satyaraju immediately lost outer consciousness and went into a deep Samadhi, the state of peace and silence. He was totally unaware of his body or his surroundings. All he could see was the same black Shivalingam surrounded by a dazzling light. All he could hear was the cosmic sound of Om. His mind was completely absorbed in this vision and in this sound to the exclusion of everything else. These events took place on August 7 of 1949. For the next 8 years, the young yogi meditated in Samadhi for at least 23 hours every day. For another 4 years, he meditated at least 12 hours every day. There were periods when he remained in unbroken Samadhi for months at a time. Meditation in Samadhi brings about a profound transformation. It is a process called tapas. Many centuries ago, the ancient prophecies about Shivabalayogi were written down in the nadis.
This is not an ordinary soul. He is a wonderful manifestation composed by Lord Shiva himself. This soul has the power of Lord Shiva. Swamiji is an incarnation of God. His yogic powers become known by the time he reaches the age of 16. He does the most difficult tapas. He begins to glow like a rare diamond. The young boy is immersed in rapt meditation. For 4 years facing east, 2 years facing north, 9 months facing west and 1 year facing south, and then he continues facing north again. Through the process of tapas, this living incarnation of Lord Shiva becomes identified with the divine Shiva.
Satyaraju completed the 12-year tapas and emerged as Shri 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 Shivabalayogi Maharaj on 7th August 1961.
His divine guru, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, merged into his body. He became a true yogi, one who has attained God realization through meditation in Samadhi.
After his successful completion of the 8-year Dik Tapas, even before completing the 12 years of tapas and having the final Sakshatkara, Swamiji commenced his spiritual service to devotees as ordained by his Guru by offering initiation into meditation, guidance, physical and mental healing, blessed vibhuti and prasad, blessed food. His Holiness never charged for any of his services and never accumulated any material wealth. All the activities of the mission were funded by voluntary donations from his devotees.
Darshan is the passage of spiritual energy to one who sees him. It is the peaceful transformation brought about by his mere presence. Sri Swamiji gives initiation into dhyana meditation. The power transmitted at initiation gives invaluable help to concentrate and control the mind. Traditionally, initiation is given only to a few disciples. But Shivabalayogi gives initiation to everyone in the attitude of a friend. His initiation deepens whatever spiritual path we wish to pursue. The powers he attained through tapas allow Shivabalayogi to give initiation to millions. When people ask Sri Swamiji for help in their lives, he typically gives them vibhuti, or ash which has been blessed for their particular need. Through the sacred vibhuti, minds become controlled, diseases are cured, and lives transformed. Sri Swamiji's public programs consist of initiation, meditation, and bhajans. Bhajans are lively spiritual songs in praise of the many names and forms of God. During the bhajans, he gives spiritual experiences called bhava. The common feeling is peace and joy. Some get bhava so powerfully that they are no longer aware of their physical bodies. They are immersed in divine consciousness. Although bhava can appear unusual, the inner experience is blissful. Sri Swamiji commonly gives this experience, often to scores of people at a time.
Balayogi Sharanam, Purusha Shivayogi Sharanam. Avatara Purusha Shivayogi Sharanam. Avatara Purusha Shivayogi Sharanam. Avatara Purusha Shivayogi Sharanam.
The gift of food is considered the most precious. With everything else, we can never get enough, but when our stomachs are full, our desire for food is satisfied. Sri Swamiji is constantly feeding us prasad, blessed food. His devotees regularly organize mass feedings where the public, poor and rich alike, often thousands at a time, are given blessed food to eat.
For 3 decades, from 1963 until 1994, Shivabalayogi traveled extensively throughout India and Sri Lanka to carry out the divine mission. From 1987 to 1991, he toured England, Italy, and the United States. His Holiness established several ashrams and centers and 4 charitable trusts, one each in India and the UK, and 2 in the United States to carry on the divine mission. Everywhere he conducted public programs where millions received initiation into meditation. His only verbal teaching was to encourage people to meditate in order to understand the truth for themselves. Although His Holiness's primary teaching is meditation, His Holiness also encourages several other forms of spiritual practices, including bhajans, devotional singing, worship, homas, etc. His Holiness consecrated several idols of gods and goddesses at his centers and in various temples. Swamiji re-established the faith in the spirit and in Sanatana Dharma, the ancient way of life, and teaches spiritual sciences in a practical way. Shivabalayogi often said that Sanatana Dharma is the spiritual tradition of the ancient sages and the common foundation for all cultures around the world.
The Nadis prophesies that Shivabalayogi will devote the great powers he acquires through tapas for the welfare of the world. A yogi serves all people without regard to status or religion. Shivabalayogi's mission is to bring people onto the path of meditation. He preaches no doctrine, and he gives freely without conditions. His only teaching is that we should meditate. He teaches through experience in the silence of meditation. His Holiness dropped his physical body in 1994.
By way of bestowing numerous experiences, Swamiji had been reiterating the assurance among his devotees for decades before his Mahasamadhi that self-realized yogis are never constrained to their physical bodies and therefore will continue to be more available to their devotees, more easily and at all times, by means of their countless astral bodies, even after their Mahasamadhi, that is, even after they leave their physical bodies. It is the personal experience of several devotees of Swamiji that his presence is available even now, just as it was when Swamiji was in his physical body. Irrespective of whether they are long-time or new devotees, all are experiencing Swamiji's astral presence directly in the form of visions, dreams, and bhava samadhi. Moreover, devotees are able to communicate directly with Swamiji and are receiving guidance and advice during meditation. After the Mahasamadhi of Swamiji, devotees who have understood his greatness and spiritual powers, and having been inspired by him, have created trusts in India, USA, Germany, Sri Lanka, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Canada, and have established ashrams and spiritual centers in these countries. They are conducting meditation, bhajan, and annadhanam programs at these venues with the guidance of Swamiji. Devotees are sharing experiences through magazines and social media. Swamiji continues to fulfill the desires of his devotees during meditation and through trance, just as he used to before his Mahasamadhi. Even now, Swamiji blesses Vibhuti for devotees while in trance on certain devotees. He also distributes prasad in the same way. People can participate in programs conducted at any of his ashrams, even now, and obtain blessed Vibhuti and initiation into meditation. On invitation, Swamiji's devotees are willing to travel and help conduct programs at devotees' houses on any auspicious occasion, or even conduct public programs at new locations. It should be noted that they do not charge for such help.
This soul is a universal Guru. Swamiji has no beginning and no end. His astral body will be here until the end of the age.